So let's go ahead and discuss this about Nolan Wells. I'm going to elaborate that, and I'm also going to talk about trying to get more information about Lorenzo Salgado uh, Aruja death as well. Okay, so I'm not trying to get this that the case Nolan got me before Lorenzo because on social media, someplace else, I'm not gonna say where I am. I had to argue with some people about the racial thing. Okay, because I'm gonna let you know. Friends, enemies come in all colors. Let me explain my case. Okay, it's why I don't have a problem mentioning that I'm mixed down a family tree. Okay, so I didn't remember I grew up. I born was it 15 years or 14 years after segregation ended? Right. Okay, because it was 65. Right. All right. 1965. So in 65, that make it 14 years, right? From 79. Okay. So I was born in, like I say, in the 80s, 179, raised in the 80s, who was already in the rate. And I'm glad that I saw bad and good in every community. I'm not glad that I was bullied in school, but that experience taught me because, regardless what race it was, people did bully me in school, and I was abused in my home family. Um, it taught me not to trust everyone. It taught me, and that's why I don't respond this whole idea. If you're the only black person, mind you, the man was Blasian, okay? Because mom like she part Asian or something like that. So I'm not with the one drop rule. Um, and now to dad got some in him besides some white and then native because many of us have that. That's why I have a problem identifying as mixed because I saw bad people identify as black, regardless what their skin tone was. I saw bad people who white, bad people who Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't have that mentality. And then I had to learn the multiracial movement in the 2000s, not in the 90s, because 90s in early 2000s was good to 2003, it was worse. There are people that's lighter than me. Sometimes they be my complexion or darker, and they feel they more mixed than you. Okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? Their hair not the same as yours, and that taught me not to feel comfortable because you have people who identify as mixed. Don't mean they're your friend either. Okay, yeah, it taught me that too. 'Cause we always look for I was in my 20s, look for a safe place. Everybody, that's why many of us are hooked to the internet. Because in our own social surroundings, in our own local areas, we don't fit in. So you go to the internet and find. I used to be a PayPal, pen pal, excuse me, pen pal, because you want to meet somebody that you can relate, you know what I'm saying, outside your own vicinity. You know what I'm saying? So, but even though someone that, they identify as multiracial, and that's why when me and Bluish Lotto, y'all know about my past with that idiot, got into it. And like I say, that I wasn't fun about him saying I'm not mixed, is that he kept on trying to emulate me, so I had to fight back, right? And I still identify as me, okay, with that confused, tragic mulatto nigga thinks. Okay, say the N word. I'm mixed up too. I'm African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, Scottish, and that's my background. I don't care what some white man see me as. White man is not God. I have rejected people who don't identify me as multiracial, including white people. Okay, I have. Okay, I'm not gonna let someone who use oppression and try to put it in my head to go along with it. Okay, so I met bad Asian people, bad people of every racial demographic. That's why I don't have this mentality. Okay, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust people. You know what I'm saying? You have to prove yourself to be trustworthy to me. Because coming from bad abusive family, that too. So, and I don't feel safe with them. They're gonna visit because I don't want to be the victim, or I don't want to make them my victim. Okay, my record clean. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I have thought, y'all know my past, or who so I said things on this app that they lucky I did not do because I about being hustled penitentiary on death row. Okay, trying to put hands on me after they age 18. Okay, so That's why my mentality is different about this case. Cause I had bad white friends. I had bad black identified, cause none of us are pure black. Bad mixed identified. Some who are not even Africans and who part white. That too. I had bad H. You know what I'm saying? And it taught me is no, you let the human being show that they're trustworthy to you. You don't trust them because they nice to you. Because that's how the enemy works, the devil works. He's not gonna come as in horns like he normally he'll put a disguise and come as an angel of light. And I've said this many times because what happened to Charlie Kirk. He thought hanging around a bunch of white people in Utah he was safe. All the race stuff he said about Hispanic Africans, this man had learned his lesson. A white man who looked more white than him do because he had brown hair. The white man that killed him had blonde hair. You know that Nordic Nazi looking ideology. If you blonde hair, blonde hair, like that, you know what I'm saying? Had to show him, hey, color don't matter. It's character. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the Nolan Wells story is different in my end. Cause I've been the only so-called, we're not pure black, we're mixed black person. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm not gonna sit here and go on one drop rule. People see me as black, but having a multiracial ancestry that let you be here, you know what I'm saying? The penis and vagina, your ancestry let you be here. Okay, I'm not gonna deny my ancestry because some white racist man made a one drop rule who didn't rape my female ancestors who African descent, whether in pure or mixed. Say make more babies out of race mixing and make them pure black on applications so they can make them slaves. That's where one drop rule came from. Okay. So I'm not with the one drop. We are multiracial, part black people. It taught me to not trust anyone because I had people do me dirty. If I had to be racist, I had to hate the whole human population of people. And I'll admit there was times I had thought about hating everybody, okay? I have to remind myself everybody own individual, okay? I had Hispanic who do dirt, and I can't be anti-Hispanic. I got Hispanic blood too from Louisiana. When I got evicted the second time, and it was Hispanic people that evicted me, okay? And well, my African people, they want to help me out. Actually, one of the fake brothers hung the phone on my face when I asked for help. Some didn't take me seriously. You know who helped me out with some money? The first person that did my GoFundMe, I'm talking about how to GoFundMe, was a Latino person, a Mexican. Then I had, some mixed race people that I know personally, and some who's Spanish as well. You know what I'm saying? Afro-Latino as well. I won't say names. Okay. So I can't sit here because my story is different. Those who act and seeing people who have a segregated mindset, they want. It's like they want something like this to happen to fit someone's narrative. And say they're white race people. They want a white person to get killed, like what happened to Cole Brown Simpson, and blame it on OJ. And I know that OJ did not do it. Even I was not there. If you do the research, it was a white investigator who left LA, county, police, whatever. He's from Dallas, and that was a racist white area back in the day, but he's not racist. I'm gonna Bill William Deere, okay, wrote a book about it. That he covered up for his son, talking about OJ. OJ's son was the one that killed Nicole. Okay, and I do believe because he had accent. Now he was a sheriff. He cut his girlfriend, long hair, like light skin, biracial chick. She part white, part black. She had long flowing hair. He got mad and Arden got the knife and cut her hair with a knife. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to seeing people cut hair with scissors, but no, he cut with a knife. He had raided his order. It makes sense that, and indeed, the cap that the O.J. Simpson, the trial, it was not wrote by, it was a picture of O.J.'s son, Jason, wearing that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the O.J. got a defense lawyer for him. Al Collins punched him during that chase, okay? And I see why he punched his son. Because they all know the secret. His son was the one that killed Nicole. But me personally, I would never, scheming my name, your ass going to prison. I'm not going. If I was OJ, I would told Jason, your ass is going to prison. I wouldn't want to cuss my kid out, but there probably a time I would lose my morals and cuss them out. Because everybody think I'm the one, you know what I'm saying? And the phone records show that O.J. Simpson was in Chicago or going to Chicago while Nicole was still alive talking to her mama. It was after the case of him winning. And I don't know why Johnny Cochran did not put that, because there was the evidence right there to prove that O.J. was innocent. And they'll use these stories, the interracial crimes, to show, oh, you see, I told you people ain't trustworthy. But the reason why I don't have that mindset, because the people that told me some of these things in my own family, they were not trustworthy. They did me dirty. I'm like, you know, different than white person that's family did me dirty. You can't sit here and talk about they do it. You do me dirty too, right? You can't sit here and you know, but you're not clean either. So it's like hush. So that's why my view on the Nolan Wells is different. Because first of all, and I ain't the perfect Catholic Christian, even though I pray. I might cuss and say a lot of bad stuff, but I do have a soul. I do pray. Say my prayers, novenas, say my roses, read my Psalm 91. That's my weapon. And I do pray, and God does protect me from anyone to do me dirt. Okay? Ever since I've been abused and bullied, mistreated by people, because what they race is, I always pray against that. And I be in dangerous situations, dangerous neighborhood, you don't want to be there. I always stay prayed up. Okay? I ain't the perfect. I'm a sinner. I cuss. I do all that. I'm telling you, that's what keeps me grounded. When I was on the street, praying. That's my weapon. When I was dealing with abuse in my family, praying. When I was in the community homes, praying. When I was always started my park, praying. Even when I was dealing with my stalker, he couldn't get me, praying. I might have lost my apartment, but I got my life. And you know those who do witchcraft, from witches say it was a blue light or whatever it will stop them from trying to go after a person that prays a lot. Okay? Okay, and I am gonna be esoterically conspiracy on this. I even think that Horn Island is a satanic place too. And I was doing research to see if it was a clan spot or a place where they do witchcraft. Because my question is the autopsy. I gotta ask, was it any body parts missing? I gotta ask that question because, like I say, it was a brother. He was African American descent. He was a rapper. He wasn't no gangster rapper. He had, I think he was doing real estate. He had a business, had a professional background. And he was not with some thug, but they were thugs based on their behavior. But he was no ghetto thug, but he was uppity, college, HBU type brothers. Would be shocked because you always tell our people to hang with that crowd and not hang with the ghetto crowd. Them two, brother Dark One and the Bright One, they set him up, end up dead. And it's weird when we was all trying to find his mama, cussed. She's very brutal, she's sister, but she said F the police because the HPD would not do anything. We had to apply pressure. Grizzly Hood News covered the story. And it came to find out the two fake brothers, I'm trying to use the N word here, the dark one and the bright one, they both set him up. They did a scam. And in the comment section, I mentioned, I said, is it an Argan Harvester case? And people that know this brother told me it was. And I said, because when I was on the street, and I'm going to bitch to my stalker, I'm not trying to put him on here, I'm just using it because it's part of the case. When R. Kelly, y'all know about me, how I got victim, they put witchcraft, they put semen on my porch, okay, on Lee's 40th birthday. Now, see why my stalker, I'm about Lee on his channel. I already know. He feared with Chris Stokes and all that. That's why I'm trying to tell Judge Gonzalez in Arizona, like, I want to say, I'm a cut. Bitch, I know why this man stalking me. because if he fit in with the industry and you expose stuff in the industry, they will send goons after you. The first goon, one of the first goons that tried to kill me was his not Blasian, the bluish, not bluish lotto. There's another dude is 1 year older than bluish lotto. He's a Capricorn too, like Aaliyah and R. Kelly, and he was trying to become a rapper. And he had no education. His dad from New York. He was born in New York. Mom from the Caribbean, and one is bluish, Jewish, white Jewish, and one Caribbean mama, sister. And he tried to kill me. He tried to lure me to a place and kill me. And I found out, and I even think that was a set about R. Kelly people too, because they will send goons to go look for you if you tell them about what goes on in the industry, like the sexual scandals and all that stuff. They will, because it's part of that ritual. When what's that man named Dave Chappelle? When Dave Chappelle talking about the dress, he wore a skirt in the Prince of Thief, whatever the Prince of the one that Michael Jackson accused of made a movie of Robin Hood, but it was So Dave Chappelle, that's his line behind. In my belief, he the one did a R. Kelly piss on you. That's a ritual. When they pee on somebody, it's a ritual. And you use body fluids to control their love. So if you make a video about that on your skit while he going through trial, of course he don't send some goons. You gotta go to Africa to hide. And while that big brother, the big dark skinned brother that was a big meat, whatever name, he revealed he's in Kenya because he was with Diddy. He was like a bodyguard. Okay, to go hide out there. Okay, because they got goons trying to go after him. So I already know why the dude from Arizona who did from Detroit is coming after me, because if you're friend with Chris Stokes, Bump, B2K, they both made this Big Chris, Diddy, and R. Kelly. So of course they'll send some goons, okay? Some goons to come after me to shut me up, trying to get my chance. That's how I be some of these racist Spanish folks that's probably R. Kelly fans. They probably paid by them folks. I even think that Bluish Gelato, the other guy I got to, was paid. Okay, I'm serious. I am a speculator. I do believe that all this was construed because I suppose in art, and I know why I got evicted 2 times in July for 24, Jim Glover 50th birthday, and before I turned 40 in 2019, and then I got evicted on my stalker birthday 12. Besides the 66 involved in that case, he turned 36. It was 6 days. He went on July 6th. You know what I'm saying? 6 days, and it's just more to it because R. Kelly got locked up on July 11th, 2019, days before I got evicted the first time. So it was a revenge spell on me to get me kicked out. So in case I'm homeless, they can gang stalkers looking for me, and big trucks trying to take me and do a sacrifice. I know exactly why they do that. That's I'm not gonna book on that. Okay. So when I was on the street, you couldn't trust the brothers. Pictures of white people, but pictures of the brothers either. Spanish either. The brothers in Houston, Texas, who got cush heads and stuff, that's backstab you. They try to fight with you. I ain't say, but y'all know who y'all been home for in Houston. It's like, nah, so I stay in the most white wealthy area. And I ain't gonna flirt with the white women. No, I didn't. I do like women. But I know. I'm too busy trying to survive on strange. One trying to find a girlfriend. Till I have my own place, yeah, I find me a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Priorities come first. You know? So that's the thing I'm saying is that my mindset was different. And people who did be dirty, who, you know what I'm saying, when I was on the street too, so I know they're trying to make me vulnerable because it's easy to kidnap a homeless person than it is a person that got a house to play. You know what I'm saying? Because they're out in the open. And they'll send some homeless person who desperately get some money, do it, or they get somebody from a different city to come look for you, like the person down there. So that's why my mentality different from this Nolan Wells thing. because you have enemies of every color. Ever since I was an abusive child, ever since I was a bully, you can't look at color. If anyone been abused or bullied or both, you're gonna see it because your attacker could be look like you or lighter than you or darker than you. You know, because we have percent people we don't all look alike because we're mixed. I'm just telling you that's why all about he was the white people talking about Nolan Wells. That was my son. I'm gonna tell him straight up, don't trust nobody, bro. If you gonna go out there, make sure you have your gun, okay? If you're gonna go out with these fake friends, make sure you pray. Make sure you watch surroundings, okay? Because it was a couple of brothers. It could have happened to him. I did a story was last year. A brother with kinky hair who had white mama. He'll visit his African family in Florida, and his cousin said, "Well, I've got y'all know I'm talking about it was early this year, last year. It's on my YouTube. Let me see. 'Cause I have a different device. Hold on, y'all. What story was that? Hold on. Go, dummy. I hate this little stupid thing here. I'm just telling you like it is, bro. You can't sit here and look at color and say, oh, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look and you can't trust nobody. That's the whole reason why that I do not like me. I'm alone. I don't hang with. I don't go visit family. Can't trust them. I don't go visit. I don't go, and I have few people I talk to. I don't have a crowd of people. As a Leo like me, I used to want to have a whole bunch of friends. But when you get older, those so-called friends are your enemies. You don't know who is who. You know what is who. That's why my mentality is different. Okay? My mentality is different. I don't have this mindset. Okay? I don't have this mindset. Okay? Y'all mad on different thing because I said you can't trust nobody based on color. It's the truth. You cannot trust. You can't. People set you up, turn against you, regardless of what you look like or your race. Kanika Jenkins had learned. She ran a bunch of brothers and sisters that set her up. Selena Kadeen had to learn that. You know, Tupac had to learn that. You can't look at somebody's skin tone and race and say, oh, that person's not trustworthy. I'm be honest with you, I will tell you in your face because I've been there. And yes, I've been the only brother amongst non-African people. Okay? You know the idea? I stayed prayed up. And I wasn't prayed up. I was younger. Yeah, things happened to me, but women let me nah. And I started because when it came to my own family who turned against me. Then I thought I was safe here. No. You can't your prayer is your shield. So that's why the all y'all talking about because he was around a bunch of white boys, it does not matter. It can be around a bunch of fake brothers too. And I'm going to say a bunch of fake brothers who are not true brothers, who a bunch of white man's niggas. Okay, I'm gonna say okay, it don't matter. You ain't teach your kids to have discernment of who they hang with regardless of what they race are. Look what happened with Shakira Robinson. I'm getting tired of y'all using race. I understand the elders come from segregated minds, but even amongst themselves, they didn't have no unity. It was a lot of colorism in our community. You can't trust the light skin, you can't trust the dark skin. That was going on back in the colors, Negro days. Y'all ain't gonna talk about that. Bible talk about it. You cannot trust people in your own community. People set up people. People go missing. People get violated. And you can't sit here and look at race and skin tone and color because the you know what I'm saying, the person you think that's safe gonna turn around and you want them to do it. I'm kid you not. I kid you not. You gotta look at character, and you just not trust nobody. The person needs to prove themselves to be trustworthy. Don't let your guard be down. Okay? I'm just telling you like it is. People don't understand. That's why my stance on this case is not, oh, he shouldn't be around with white. Excuse me. I had brothers that set me up. I had Spanish folks set. How about I had all type of people set me up. That's why I don't have that in my mindset based on my personal individual experience, bro. People done me dirty. Guys, what they race are. Way before the R. Kelly voodoo spell, they got these little Hollywood goons when out in Arizona. Thank you. It's a bunch of people did me dirty. My own mama did me dirty. My dad. That's why I don't have this mentality. Because a bunch of white people, and yes, some of the white folks down there in Mississippi are my cousins. When I did my ancestry, I have white cousins. And I know I'm not going to be knocking on the door because I say it like this. And I have let me say this. I have a dark-skinned cousin. He mixed up too. On my mom's side, he married to a Spanish one, Puerto Rican. He a vet. And my great-grandpa have siblings. Cause my second grandfather, Gilly, the one who had Black Spanish Creole, my third, and a white passing father, okay, he was already married, so he had an affair, and that's how my great grandfather was born. So I have a dark skinned cousin that's my my great grandfather's half sibling's child. He lives in Florida. 10 years ago, we was talking about our family, our white cousin. He said, I tried to talk to him. Then one time I said, dude, and I told him I live in CUNY home. I got to worry about these thugs here. Last I need is some clan thugs too. You know what I'm saying? Clan, the redneck thugs too, who our cousin trying to start. I'm like this. If they don't want to talk to me, I ain't going to talk to them. And when I talked about Asian Dr. Cousin, who I met in person back in 2016, because his white cousins are my mom's relatives, right? You know what I'm saying? Long list of cousins. And he told me I see a bunch of red. I already know I'm from the South. We got a whole bunch of rednecks in our family. And I didn't know he was Asian adopted. I thought he was just a white cousin, right? I said, if you don't want to talk to me, let me know I won't talk to you. Because I'm like, fuck you, right? If you don't want to talk to me because I'm African descent and I'm your long distance cousin, then fuck you. I'm not trying to kiss. Like I ain't gonna like go visit my mom who abused me. I ain't gonna visit you, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm there. Like you know what I'm saying, I don't care if you white or shit. I don't trust people. I alone, live alone. I'm alone. You know, I can entertain a crowd, but I don't trust everybody. You can't trust because people have done me dirty, bro. Of every race, every color. And since I do have a multiracial background, that's why I'm not ashamed to admit it. You got talking about somebody raping somebody in the family. We got people raping who are melanated. Okay, R. Kelly camera scheme. We got, thank you. Shoot. I got people stop me over there because they're a pedophile rapist in Chicago talking about R. Kelly. I know why the person down in Arizona is doing what he doing, okay? You friend with Christos, I already know, is a goon. Because before he even came in the picture, talking about the guy that started chopping me up, R. Kelly said on January 12th, he had goons in Texas. So I guess trying to use goons outside to come visit me. That's why my channel got shut down the first time July 11, 12, around, yeah, I know because that's where R. Kelly got arrested, 2019. Yeah. That's why that dark-skinned brother with long dreads, the Christman, he from Houston. Why did he quit his job 2 days before I got it? Do you understand something that you know? My mentality is different from y'all. You are so used to being social segregated. I'm used to being integrated. I thank God you don't hear me talking like Thompson. Well, I get what Thompson is saying about some crazy ass, fake ass, weenish ass, bitch ass sisters who are not sisters, just like these Brothers ain't no brothers. They a white man's niggas. But I get it. But not everyone's like that. I get it, Cindy G. You got some dusty, stinky, Sambo, fake ass brothers who make us brothers look terrible. But not all brothers are like that. The Vestas, I get that. And I think because when I went to school, put on a white school, they came up and deal with white female individuals. All I had to call them bitches too. Had to deal with Hispanic ones. Not all Hispanic people, the ones who did, you know what I'm saying? And said, perra, puta. That's my mentality is different because I went to integrated school. And I thank God because it taught me to look at character and not color. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody did me dirt. Every demographic in that school did me dirt. To the point I would not go with them anywhere. And I was 18 years old. Trust me, you wish you had friends that was up, but some of the brothers, Latino dude, white dude, did not like me. Some of the females did not like me. Okay? And it taught me that nobody is your friend. Trust me, we all want some friends, but they gotta prove a friend gotta prove his or herself to you in order to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at color. You know what I'm saying? I know many more people are a clone of themselves. And speaking of bluish lottos, my enemy, he had learned that. I ain't trying to bring Milan Vanguard. I know him and Hybrid now. But Hybrid more mixed looking than me, you know what I'm saying? And Milan Vanguard and they, before they without being friends, they turned on bluish lotto. You know what I'm saying? And bluish lotto who high yellow bright skin with loose curly hair had learned someone that looked like you can turn against you. And you know what I'm saying? People in the Golden Spear had learned that too. Just because someone bright skin, curly hair, loose does not mean they are your friend. Y'all gotta stop that. I'm glad that I was taught when I was bullied in school by different races of people, including accents and fake ass brothers and sisters, and abuse at home taught me stop looking at the person's appearance and look at their character. And that's what I'm saying, that I wouldn't go along with anybody. You know, I'm going along with you before I walk out that house. I'm saying my prayers. Okay? I'm staying prayed up. As a Catholic Christian, we believe pray without ceasing, with St. Paul said in Thessalonians. You know what I'm saying? People say, why you be praying all the time? When I said, I'm not gonna pray one period of time. I'm a former Protestant. That's why sometimes I pray one time, all these bad things will happen. You better pray a whole bunch of time. If the Pope prayed 4 hours a day, you know what I'm saying? For friends doing it, but I would do it before friends. You know what I'm saying? Well, I would pray. Sometimes I would pray for 4 hours a day. I have done it before, cause it's a weapon against anything on you, and you know what I'm saying. And you pray for other people. Get my point? But that's the biggest weapon. It's Project Pio, one of the people, the heroes in the church, to say, prayer is is a weapon. It's a weapon. You know what I'm saying? So I wish I would, if I was Nolan's father, I would tell him, said, before you go in with anybody, make sure you say your prayers. And don't, you know what I'm saying? And don't just, you know what I'm saying? Because you do want your children to have different races of people, regardless what color they are. Whether it be those that act, we're not pure black, we mix different skin tones. We got people saying too, don't trust them light skins. That goes in our community as well. That, you know what I'm saying? That type of brother, that type of sister, she thinks she out there because she light skin. Oh, she dark, she ratchet. That goes in our community. Before we start talking about white folks, we got people say that too. And I'm camera scared. I get it from both sides. Okay? Or that person dark, or that person light. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not dark chocolate and I'm not pale high yellow either. Okay? So, yeah, because you know, as I got older, I had people who lied to me, done me dirt because of skin colorism, which is You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up in the 80s, those who are not dark brown skin, if you're a brown camel skin like me, and those light and bright, we got along because we did not look like the Africans on the ship. We call it like it is. But the here we go, Afrocentric mess that some clans have made up, came in, and those who want to be Afrocentric, who don't look pale like Mariah, but they ain't dark chocolate like Common trying to play the role. That's the 1990s and 2000, right? After OJ trial, I noticed it's near 40-year-old man. That's when it's beef between let's make fun of light skinned people and those who are like my color. That you know what I'm saying. And like I told some people when I was growing up, we didn't. Don't get me wrong. If you did not look like I had a friend that looked like a white dude, and those since we didn't, even I'm not a dog like West Nice, but you kind of felt envious me as a child, not now, because our white passing friend, you know what I'm saying, no one knows he was black, not pure black, but part black Creole till he told you, right? And you had certain privileges that he was given to you, given to him, not given to you. So as a kid, you know what I'm saying, yeah, because I had friends that's lied to me. Well, one of my friends about my color, but one of my friends lied to me for making fun, call him white boy, you know what I'm saying? Because he could pay, you know what I'm saying? So that was but brown camera and bright beige brown, we, in my experience as a kid growing up in the 80s in Houston, we didn't have that problem. I think the late millenniums, they came out there when people start saying, I'm brown skinned and you know what I'm saying, and you light skinned people, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, because I had a discussion with those, someone lied to me, I'm like, I don't have this insecurities about how, hey, on you know what I'm saying? And just like, no, because I'm not light as you, but I'm not dark and some of my experience a little different, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like, when I was in high school, not to be long winded, a dark skinned brother in choir class, and it was high school, and so some of the brothers made, y'all look alike, you know what I'm saying? He said, no, he said, Zach don't look like me, it would take a long time, and son look like me. He don't have nobody snatching, they purse when they see me, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, the brother's not a thug. The brother was going to church. You know what I'm saying? Last time I seen that brother, he was on Facebook. He was going to Puerto Rico because he's grown now, but he graduated 2000. I graduated 98. And my heart goes out to him because the brother, dark skin, is not a thug. Don't call himself a nigga. Okay? And he was saying when he go downtown, because me personally, someone snatch their purse or slam their door or close it. I'm like, fuck you. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I've done it before. A white person will snatch their purse and I have my backpack with me. I snatch my backpack right back. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to touch my hand. I don't want to touch your hand. You know what I'm saying? Reverse right back in their face because I'm not going to play victim. But with him, he felt bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, some of the Asian people in their culture, they don't touch people's hands, right? But there are some Asian people who, in businesses, who don't like you touching their hand because they're racist. Well, first, I don't want to touch your hand either. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to touch your hand either, because I don't know what your hand been on, you know. So that's the reason why I'm that way. You know what I'm saying? But he felt it to a T, that some, and I felt bad for him, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, who's lied to him, who's not too light bright, but still, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna reverse it right back because I've been in elevators with a white person snatch, and I'm like, I snatch back right there, like I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want me to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't like playing that victim mentality, you know what I'm saying? I don't like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why my mentality is different, and that's why I speak different about the case, because in my belief, you don't trust anyone. I would teach my kids that because coming from, if anyone been abused and bullied at the same time, you couldn't trust anybody of any race, regardless, you know what I'm saying, who's telling you in ilk. My ilks told me that too, but they were abusive. You know what I'm saying? They would call me out my name, talk down to me, like the slave owner on a plantation because they got that. So that's why I don't have that mentality. Like, okay, y'all know this, you're oppressor. Matter of fact, we all related to the oppressor. And we don't want to admit that, but we relate to white people. You acting just like them. How they, you know what I'm saying? You internalize that oppression into your kids. Why they didn't want to know why the elders get disrespected. Let me tell you something in our community, those who are African, who are not African descent. Reason why some of us, I'm middle aged now, did respect those elders because they would tell us, call us our name, call us the N word, mistreat or abuse because their parents internalize the same racist behavior that our white ancestors, the Stockholm syndrome, and all that other stuff. So they thought after we integrated in Jim Crow, we started I'm gonna say reforming ourselves. They didn't want to reform, and they kept saying like beat your kids, the black. They don't even know the beating kids came from white Puritans. If you know your history, when I went to Plymouth White School, the white Puritans that came on the ship Plymouth Rock, the Mayflower, they believe with the kids. They don't want to introduce that mess to Africans during slavery. Later on, over years of colonization. So, but they will also do it because they felt that Africans, our African ancestors, were not human. So, here's someone telling you a white person is going to do something to you, but they doing a similar situation as how they talk to you. And they internalize, and you hear someone trying to preach you, like you trying to tell the person, shut the fuck up with your hypocritical self. Stop defending people because they have a title or they're older. I defend people based on their character. That because someone's older does not get them right. And remember, it's the side generation where they believe that children should not be seen, not be heard, which I see why me and them did was abusing somebody and abusing. Yes, it did. They had sexual abuse going on in the day. Because if my answer was a sexual abuse as a kid, remember, she was side generation. She was told to keep that to herself and not tell nobody. It ain't gonna kill you. That you know how they did. So if you got people telling you about another group that we related to, because us Africans and Black Americans, we're not pure black, we're mixed. You're like, well, okay, yeah, they have potential to do some wrong, but you're doing something similar to what they're doing. Right? You recognize that now because they've internalized since slavery to be detriment towards each other, so we lynch and all that other crap. That's why. Okay, and many of us have a we lynch mentality. Not myself, but me, our people do. We're not, and they refuse to repent that they like being in a win lynch situation. I don't. That's why many people believe in integrate. But I tell people those who want to integrate, please stop saying that other groups that's not African descent are going to be your friend. You don't know that individual. Okay? And I know this because I went to integrated school. Nobody could, I didn't have, if anyone know me person, I didn't have, people pick, every demographic picked on me in high school, middle school. I mean, that's why I don't have that mentality. I couldn't be, for example, I'm going to speak on this. I went to a pajama party. And I don't know why I went to this old crazy brother's pajama party. And he was integrated. Actually, the white guy, they called me in was Zach, the one I put voodoo on when I was in high school. Okay, not high school, when I was in elementary school. He was there. The last time I seen the white Zach, we went outside and went to Clear Lake Friends. Okay, all right. The brother that I had went to the pajama party for his birthday back in June after we finished fifth grade. All them different was brothers, Latino, and white. And the mama, the bright skinned mama, and his dark skinned stepdad, they're not controlling the kids. I took, and remember, I was like, no, if I was 11 years old, these dudes was picking on me, trying to put frogs inside of, you know what I'm saying, and trying to jump me. And I'm looking at the dude's mama, the sister. Why are you letting them do this mess? This is not, you know what I'm saying? And we got people who showed it. Some of the Spanish dudes that were there, some of the brothers that I get along with there was at the pajama party, and some of the, and Zach, the white dude, the one that called me in, he was there at this brother party. Yeah, he was there. So I'm like, wait a minute. Why why I'm here and everybody acting a fool and you expect me to go to sleep? You know what I'm saying? You expect me to go to sleep. These dudes gonna do something to me while I'm asleep. I was 11 years old. Y'all, I got my stuff and go. I said, no, I'm not coming back. I ain't want to tell my family. I said, I'm not going to Lawrence party. His name was Lawrence. I am not going to Lawrence party. I went to Lawrence party, and that's why I say my mindset is different in this Nolan Wells case. These stupid idiots at Lawrence party. Lawrence mama, I'm looking at her. Why are you not telling these boys to stop acting fool towards me? You the mama. This your house. The stepdad, because she had married the dark skinned brother, that's Lawrence's brother, little brother. He was like he was like 5 or some years old. But his dad with the fat top, bro, why you not having these boys under control? They trying to put a frog inside of a I kid you not, and it's a story Lovey T did. Remember, there's a sister in Brooklyn, some in New York. She was young, middle school age. They threw hot water on her at some party, and that's why she said that she don't let her kids go to. And I'm with that. It's sad. You want your children to go to, have friends and get together, but nah, man. These days, shoes. These people, and so I'm looking at Lauren's mama. I'ma say his name. Lawrence, if you listen, I'm talking about your mama. I ain't talking about, I'm looking, I don't forget that back in late summer of 1991. I don't forget that. I was 11 going on 12, and we left going to middle school. Them dudes, the Mexican dude I want to beat up in 6th grade, he picking on me, the brother picking on me, all these boys of different, I kid you not, it was in 1991 or something in June. That Saturday, y'all, I'm like, nah, I'm not going. I got my stuff. I got my bag. I got my, did we have a sleeping bag? I got all that. Took my stuff and walked home. After I ate the cake and stuff, I said, nah, I am not going to stay here. If I stay here, all these boys going to be jumping on me, doing something to me, and this woman, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling the stepdad and telling Lauren's mama, look, can you tell these boys leave me alone? I thought y'all had this under control. And I didn't think White Zach, the one that called me the N-word, gonna be there. The Mexican dude, yeah. The one I beat up because he mistreated me in school in 6th grade. He used to pick up me in 3rd grade when I finally got his ass and was in the locker room. And he's from all the Hispanic dudes that know me. They was friendly. They said he's funny. I mean, Carlos his name. They say, man, fuck Carlos to this day. Well, told me back in 2002, they made fun to this day because we got in fight in the PE room in 6th grade. But that's why I moved this actually kept on he picked on me in 3rd grade. So all these dudes in that doggone, yes, Lawrence, brother, man, yeah, you. I'm talking to you, and I heard you not religious now. Don't matter, okay? Anyone know me? He had curly hair. He put a perm on his hair. Funny, I mean, from my perm in 9th grade, but you grew an afro. And he put a perm, and then he wore braids, and his hair was long. He had long hair when we graduated high school. It was on his own hair. He had long hair. Lawrence, yeah. Lawrence, yeah, I ain't say your last name. You, I'm talking about you. You sure did. Your friend, and you were doing all type of tricks and stuff. I was like, hell no. I had 11 years old, y'all, and it was following me down the street trying to start some stuff. I said, let me get out of here. They picked on me, y'all. I got my stuff and left. And it was boys of different colors. Brothers, African, white, and Hispanic. Pick, I kid you not. And the mama just look, I'm like, and she, well, they, no, I'm like, no. And I'm like, you don't know, these guys picked me up in 3rd grade before Lawrence, because Lawrence came to our school in 5th grade. So did 1991. When I first met, I said, hey, how you doing? Because I was trying to meet people. And I thought Lawrence was my friend. No, Lawrence was not my friend. No, backstabbed me. Sure did. He backstabbed me back. Sure did. He was a nerd. Yeah, but Lawrence was a two-faced dude too. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying that and we graduated in 98. And you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get a lot, but I did not. Them boys at his pajama party on his birthday, y'all, I'm still horrified to this day. And I was 11 years old and me staying the next night. Hell nah. I said, I'm leaving. I am leaving. Because she talked to my grandma all stuff that they said Zach could be okay. All stuff. Zach, no. I'm looking at Miss So and so. I don't want to say the last name. Why are you letting these boys act a fool? I'm telling you, they picked on me in school and we in the same in the stepdad tall, dark skin, but I'm looking at him because long about Michael a little lighter. He wasn't light bright, but he was brown tone, but a little lighter than I am. He had a little like almost for a 3C had 3C almost for a hair. Okay, um, for Los Angeles. That dude, I kid you not, that brother let them, and he was involved with them acting a fool towards me. And I'm looking at the stepdad and the mom. Why are you letting these boys pick on me? Imagine me if I stayed that night, I probably got beat up, mistreated, my clothes got stolen. They probably put stuff on my face. You know what I'm saying? While I was sleeping, I kid you not. They was uncivilized. All them crazy boys was uncivilized. Yo, I probably got raped. They're trying to ask if I was gay. That too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I left that day. I'm so happy that same Saturday after I ate the cake and chips and hot dogs, I said, forget, I'm gone. I said, I don't want to be here. And it was following me down the street. Zach was too, the other brother was too. I kid you not, all the Zach that called me the N-word, him. When I did voodoo on when I was in fifth grade, him and oh Lord, the Mexican dude I beat up in sixth grade, they all, I kid you not. I'll forget that back in 1991 in June. Oh Lord. I know I'm getting just so that's why my take is different from y'all's. Y'all want to sit here and say because the boys were white, yo, it don't matter what color it is. People are not trustworthy. And if I had children, I would teach them that. And I have friends who got kids, they don't go to people's houses. And I have to agree with them. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know Golden House. I have a homegirl of mine. She a dark skinned Creole sister. And she said, she married, she was married, and she worked. She said she had a bunch of kids and she said, y'all have a nice house and a pool. You need to go buy this house. And I had to agree with her. You know, she's a strict parent. I agree with her. I ain't seen her since 10 years because she had the blood pastor place. I work in a medical center. And she said straight up, she said that she told her kids, she said, you're not going to anybody else's house because you don't know what goes on in their house. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that. Say y'all siblings, you don't have to go no other. That's right. You got brothers and sisters here. Y'all friends. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. And I'm thinking, well, Nolan was the only child. That's scary because you want. You know what I'm saying? You want the family backstab you too. You know what I'm saying? But y'all are and I've been the only African descendant person. When I was in Boy Scouts in 1986, the white boys, I was the only one that, do we have Hispanic now? But it was only white at the time. And my dad put me out of it because of that. But I was mad at him because none of them called me niggas. We went to go eat, and I was in the same car with the white dudes, and we all got along in Boy Scouts. I was not called the N word. I was not called racial slurs. They treat you with respect. Okay? They were manable. We all got along. You know what I'm saying? So in the 80s was different because there was no racism in the 80s, but We were integrated. I mean, honest with you, I don't know about other parts, but I remember where I was coming up when I had my Halloween party. My kindergarten class, we had every color. You know, we had Hispanic, we had white, we had African descent. Yeah, my Halloween party back in 1984. Okay, you know, so I was when I fell the first grade, so I put grade 97. But when I was in kindergarten, I had my in 1984. We had a Halloween. That's what I'm saying. When we it was different races of kids, and you know what I'm saying. That's why I didn't have no ideology of hating somebody based on their race. You know what I'm saying? And the white folks at my school, and I got picked on by white people. You know what I'm saying? I got picked by accent, been called, you know what I'm saying? So that's why my mentality different. Yeah, we had always showed it. We had different races of people. We had white people at my party. We had accent in my Halloween party. The 80s was a little different. I mean, I missed the 80s. You know what I'm saying? It was different. Even though it was a little racism here and there, we were trying to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? I admit that the 80s were the good times. Reagan Bush was corrupt, and there was crack going on. But back then, because crack was not bad in 1984 here in Houston. It was bad up there in like New York or Chicago. I heard about crack in 1988 when it got bad here. In late 80s, it got bad here in Houston. But I miss those days. You know what I'm saying? There were racist people there too, you know what I'm saying, in the 80s, but we all was kind of forced to integrate and we had to learn how to love one another. And I missed that time. But you also got to learn people based on character. And we would live in the Martin Luther King dream in the 80s. And I'm in my story. I can't think for everyone else. But that's why my mentality is different about this whole case because y'all telling the kids don't trust white people, trust black, when actually you don't trust nobody. You don't trust nobody based on color. I don't based on anything. I don't care within your own community or outside. The devil will come to you as an angel of light. And I'm telling you, since I was abused and mistreated all through my majority of my life, bullied, that's why I don't have that mentality. That's why with a mixed identity and mixed heritage, I don't have a problem mentioning it. You can talk about someone raped someone in my family tree, but also we got rapists, and I got people who are rapists is locked up in prison. Talking about R. Kelly, and he got goons after him, including one down there in Arizona. I know why he has. Cause when I did my research, I ain't trying to bring. I'm using this is my story because he did say he had goons. Even though the dude's not from Texas, but they watching my channel. They watch me, gang stalking me ever since I suppose that R. Kelly is lighter than his dark skinned brother, and I ain't watched that Takers Against the CP. I'm not watching no CP when I saw R. Kelly brother, photo. I said, hold on, R. Kelly brother darker than him. There's not R. Kelly on that tape. That's not R. Kelly brother. That's R. Kelly on that tape. Your brother darker than you. Yeah, you got dark and playing basketball. That's high pigmentation. But naturally, R. Kelly's not dark skin. Okay, he camera brown tone. So why you lying on your brother? You know what I'm saying? We know as African we are mixed. We come different shape. We just like me saying if Drake and Tyrese commit a crime, I commit a crime, and Drake and Tyrese are my brothers. I said, man, that ain't me. That's Drake, my brother. Man, you darker than Drake. Well, actually, that's Tyrese. Man, you lying, Tyrese. Stop lying, Zach. Stop lying. That's you on that tape acting a fool, robbing stores. You know what I'm saying? Doing stuff. Man, that's not. You would look at me crazy. That's how mixed we are. We don't all look alike. We all have same hair texture and skin tone, and that's why I don't have that mentality. I don't. Okay, and just because I came out of rape down my family tree does not mean. Let me tell you something. God turns his curses into blessings. I'm the blessing that came out of the curse. Not all my white came out of rape because I have four grandmothers white on my mom's side. Then my four grandpa passed white, married. Okay, one of my other four grandparents. But my point I'm trying to say is that that's why I'm retired. It's way different in this case. And if that was my children, I would tell my son, if I know about my son, do not hang with anyone you don't trust. Get to know a person, and then two, if you are, because he's 18, he's grown, he's not a boy. I'm tired of referring to 18-year-olds as boys. They're adults. He's grown. Why you grown? When I was grown 18, I couldn't trust everybody. Why you think I didn't go clubbing? I wanted to go clubbing, but I didn't have my own ride. And I wasn't ride with somebody because they got drugs on anything, or they acting a fool, or they driving. I ain't trying to get killed. That's why I started clubbing in my 30s. I hated that. I wanted to be clubbing in my 20s, but I didn't remember I was trying to break away from my family and go to my and have my own house. And I was trying to go to the job. I'm the job trying to get a trip so I can get a high paying job, have my own, so I don't have to rely on nobody, depend on nobody, and stay with my own place. Cause I wanted my own, so nobody would not mess up my future. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't think like this. Cause I heard of stories. People go to the club, they let someone by themselves, they end up missing, dead, they get drunk, or someone gets shot. You know what I'm saying? Back in the 1990s, into early, that's why, like, nah, if I want to go to a club, I want to have me a ride. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay at my own place. I don't feel like me and my grandparents get into it because I'm at 12, 2 o'clock at night. They're about to change. I don't want to have that problem. No buses. I don't even try to ride a bus come to the club. You know what I'm saying? I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's why my retired different. When I was 18, so I want to go clubbing. But not club with friends because they might have their weed on them. We get pulled over. I don't do drugs. I'm drug free. I'm very clean. We pull or get pulled by purpose. They gonna arrest all of us, even though I'm not guilty of the crime. He or she is. You know what I'm saying? And my grandparents told me if I get arrested, hang with the wrong crowd, that's my fault. I got told that thank I could me long way I could go to Cat Beach 40. The Cat Beach 40, y'all know from Houston. Okay, so the Cat Beach 40, way before Girls Gone Wild, that was crazy. I heard so many stories about Cat Beach 40. You know, the Kappa fraternity club in college, African American. So it's not called a Texas Beach Party because it had a bad reputation. In Galveston, when I was in high school, I knew people who went, and they said the police, the Galveston police, right there about 45 wait on you, been racing away to make sure you got any alcohol underage. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand why some brothers and sisters that know that will still go down there and get arrested. So when I graduated high school in 98, 99, working out somewhere. Now remember my Mexican girlfriend? Okay. The one the Lupe, who chilled me with some crazy brother. Okay. All right. And that's one way. So I was 19, she was 22. Okay, so this dude named D. He from Southside, hoping you know what I'm saying. I ain't don't want to see. Anyway, but anyway, so we was cool. He told me to speak some Spanish. She said, "Man, we're gonna go and speak Spanish down there." I said, "Well, if we're going to go to Cal Beach, well, that's what I told him. I said, if you have weed or you gonna be driving drunk, especially I ain't trying to get killed. I'm not going with you because I stay with my grandparents. I'm 19 years old. I'm trying to work to get my own. But I was told if I get arrested hanging with the wrong crowd, I'm gonna be locked up in jail. And I know my grandparents like, no, we told you this when you was a child. So the brother, man, yeah, I'm gonna smoke some weed. I'm gonna get drunk. Man, this so crazy nigga. I'm sorry to say any word, but I thank God. Then we got to it at work, and I took his girl because he was a hoe. He didn't want no woman. He wanted a woman for having sex. He didn't want Lupe. He didn't want the other bright skin yellow bone chick. He was just trying to have sex. The hoping guy, he probably don't have no damn disease. Okay, he was trying. He was a male hoe. So since me and him ain't friends, and he can't speak on Spanish, I can speak Spanish better than he can. Me and Lupe hook up. But she kept talking about D, y'all know the story, and D did like in Spanish, like, can you stop talking about this man? So I broke up with her. Yeah, we had let her know, me and the young mom chick that worked there, we had let her know and translate that D was trying to have sex with her. Okay, and she was like, shot, yeah. We had let Lupe know in Spanish that D was a hoe, and he went on, yeah, we showed it at work. Don't forget that. So, point is, what if I did go with D? Okay, down there to Galveston, and his homeboys got weed, they got guns, and we get the police department pull us over. They might leave my ass down there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where to go back to Galveston, Houston. And my grandfather and grandma at that time ain't gonna drive all the way down the Galveston to come pick my ass up, okay? And I'm in Hugh, in Harris County. That's not gonna happen. And I was 19, because he was named turned 19 this year, talking about Nolan. That's why my mentality different. Okay? If I did want to go to a club, I want to go by myself because I heard all the stories back in the day. Someone got shot. Someone was driving drunk. They got pulled over. Someone got missing. They left someone at the club. You got to ride a carpool fool. They leave your ass by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why that I don't like to go with somebody, because you don't know how they are when you're not around them. And I've been left behind before. I had a fake friend did that to me when I was 22, 21, 22, 21 years old, going 22. Had a fake friend, left me by myself. Sure did. And I had to make up a story to my grandmother when I was 21 years old back in March 2001. Left me by and I went, when I hitchhiked the ride, went back to that old fucking dude place. He was black and yellow, brother. I went off. Yes, I did. And I said, we ain't friends no more back in the South. I sure damn did. Never get a crazy ass nigga, bright skin, that he part black, part Mexican, adopted by a Creole family. Cause I went in on, yes, I did, and I told I don't want to be friends with you. How dare you leave me by myself? Back in 2001. So y'all see, yeah, sure did. Sure did. Man. So that's why my mentality different. Baby, I sure did. I went in. I sure did. I said, we ain't friends no more. Don't talk to me no more. We ain't cool no more. I don't want to be your friend. I don't mean nothing. No, nothing. Okay? Didn't even want to fucking apologize. Left me by my motherfucking self. We was somewhere. Sure did. I had a hitchhiker ride and say some prayers, and I came safe. Baby, the hitchhiker that was nice enough to take me to the place. And I had to get my stuff out that dude's truck because I had my backpack and stuff. I said, I need my stuff now. Get my shit now. I had got an argument with the police officer there. I showed it back in 2001. I showed it when I got argument with the police. Yes, I did about this case. Time it was my permission. No, I did not give permission. Dumb white racist officer. I showed it, racist clan motherfucker. As I was saying, I showed it back in 2001. So I never told nobody that story, but it's true. I hitchhiked ride the first time. I was scared. 21 years old. And when I went to that dude's place, I said, dude, we are no longer friends. Don't talk to me. How dare you? I was 21 years old. I was mad at my folks because they didn't train me to be a grown person. They want me to be a child. That's why I'm taught their ass today. If they had trained me to be an adult, I would drove myself where I want to. I would not have ride with somebody or carpool with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm at Leo that always want my own. I don't like to live on someone else's stupid wheel. They trying to control somebody. That's why I don't like to get along with authority figures, because people trying to run their stupid game on me and try to put their expectation on me. So y'all get my point? I never want to be freeloader. Okay? So that's why, and y'all will teach our adult children to have your own. And don't trust everybody regardless of race. This will be a better outcome. I'll be honest with you. And if that was my son, I would tell him, don't trust everybody. If you're gonna go out in the woods, you better stay prayed up and I actually train my son to go to the gun range and get a gun. You know what I'm saying? Don't go, you know what I'm saying? And I would. I want to take my son to the gun range when I have kids so they know how to fight or shoot. Just in case somebody try to do something. And my daughters. If daddy ain't there to protect my daughter, she can have a pistol in her purse, in her Gucci bag. She just right in case you try to violate my daughter. You end up shot. Okay, that's on you. I'm taking my daughter and my son. We gonna go to the gun range so we can protect ourselves. See what I'm saying? The white folks do, we can do it too. You know what I'm saying? So you teach your children to be independent, think for themselves, and have discernment. It's not that the parents failed them. We don't know the parents. We know the whole story to say that. But y'all say he failed because he's the only African descent person who also Asian, because his mama Asian. Talking about Nolan Wells, you stupid. Because it could be some dudes in the hood could set him up. Okay, and y'all know we got folks in the hood that set up people up and all. So shut the fuck up. Y'all know that bullshit. Don't give it to the start. Yeah, that's all that hell. Y'all don't get me started. Ooh, Lord. With that stupid ass nigga, the blaster can do. Y'all, how y'all do? Ooh, I went in. Y'all, I about to go in. Baby, if I see that nigga today, I sure will go in on that motherfucker. Back in 2001, I sure would. Motherfucker set me up, put me by myself. That's late at night. I never forget that hitchhike ride, and I baby Lord, and I didn't want to make a big scene because I ain't trying. But I went, but I did. I said I want to talk to get my stuff now. I said I want my stuff now. So I want my stuff now. Got my shit and called the bus. I never told my grandma what happened and everything. But since she did, my grandfather did, you know what I'm saying? It was March 2001. Forget that bullshit, that crazy, fast, dumbass motherfucker, the part black, part Mexican dude, Dr. by some Creole. Oh, that old fat ass nigga. Don't get me started with that. Who let my shit, bro, nothing was stolen, thank God. Okay? Man. And I called the phone. He had a cell phone in. Wouldn't answer the phone. I told the police. Me and the police got into it. Yeah, when I did. I got to the police. I sure did. Yeah, I did. It was a white officer. The only one that was nice to me was a female white officer. It was a male white officer. I went, yes, I did. Went off on a white, yes, I did. In 2000, when I was 21, yes, I did. I didn't give a damn about that badge and color. Care about my shit. Lie, told me gonna take back to the downtowns I get and go home. Motherfucker, let me by myself. Man, I had to hit you. I don't forget that shit. Ooh, don't get me fucking started. Ooh, and I see that motherfucker today, I'll go off on that nigga today. He was part black, part Mexican, adopted by a white, Creole family. Big old fat nasty ass motherfucker did me dirty back in 2001. I forget that motherfucking shit. We were cool in 2000. Man, after that year, that when Destiny Child came out with Survivor, we showed him, we were watching the video Survivor with Destiny Child at his place. Never get that motherfucking shit. That dumb ass fat ass puto. Oh, don't get me started with that. Oh, that made me mad. So y'all see what I'm saying? I was 21 years old. Trust me, I want to go, baby. Woo, I'm about to act a fool. Baby, I went in, I said, get my stuff now. I said, we ain't no friend no more. But baby, ooh, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want too much act a fool because you know he was not gonna get it. I knocked on that door, I said, I need my stuff now. Get my stuff. So we ain't friend, don't talk to me no more. We ain't cool no more. Shoes. Baby, if I see that old fat ass motherfucker to this day, I'll cuss his ass out. I sure would. And he don't speak no damn Spanish. Motherfucker. Dumbass motherfucker. I don't even start with that dude. Did me dirty. Back in 2001. Fat, nasty ass motherfucking puto did me dirty. Show damn did. So see, I been there. So did. Yeah, I have people did me dirty. See what I'm saying? That's why I'm different. My being's different. That's why you can't trust everybody. And since I found I had white cousins down in Mississippi, they had to show me trustworthy. And for me to trust them, I don't give a damn because I've been through another. I'm the one who identifies as black. You know, we mix. Do me dirty. I'm like, you ain't do dirty because you're white either. You know what I'm saying? That's why my mentality is freaking different from y'all. Y'all keep talking about social segregation, my ass. We got people in the hood who had just like them white dudes that did, it was at the doggone with Nolan Wells, who said, come on now, come on. Talk to Kanika Jenkins. She did now, right? God rest her soul. But her friends will act made the scene of different shades in skin tone, from dark brown to higher bright skin. The bright skin dude was at the party too. Him too, that nigga. Okay? Don't come with that bullshit about, because he should know my ass. We got people set up people in the fucking atmosphere just like white people do. Get my damn over that bullshit. Don't trust nobody. You need to teach your kids that. Don't trust nobody regardless what their race is. Shit. Don't forget that shit. And yeah, I forgot what that case was. Show was in 2022. The brother was a real estate brother. He was a rapper, uh, 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 like Charles Cabino, everything. You know what I'm saying? Chance rapper type and Louis Fiasco type rapper. And but he was professional and he was doing some real estate. And these two, I'm gonna go ahead and say two niggas, the bright skin one and the dark one, they was college bound, HBU. They set this brother up, killed him, and yes, I heard they was organ harvesting. HPD refused to do so. That's why the sisters, the mama, said in her car, she a bougie sister. She didn't tell she don't cuss like that, but she said, fuck the police. She said while she was driving, she was on Facebook, she said, fuck the police. She showed damn did. Okay? Because she kept calling HPD. They wouldn't do their fucking job. And they found later on the two niggas, the bright one and the dark one, set this brother up. And yeah, showed did. I don't forget that. So you can't sit here and say that somebody based on their race is untrustworthy. And me personally, since I have a racial integrated experience, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody, baby. And I always wanted my own car. So in case I go to a club, it's a bunch of group, I ain't ride with everybody. They might leave your ass there. So you know what I'm saying? For real. So that's why I just please stop saying this because of someone's race. They're not trustworthy. It's the character, bro. And I know it's not because if I had children, I'll tell my son, look, you can't trust everybody. And if you are can go out there, stay prayed up. I know I was cussing y'all ain't the perfect Catholic Christian, but stay prayed up. Have your gun with you. Have some holy water with you. Watch out signs of setting up. If you feel the water's too deep, don't go in it. Cause you grown now. You know what I'm saying? And then two, do research on Horn Island. Cause I'm trying to find our research on this Horn Island. Is this island a witchcraft, a clan spot? I know I'm gonna be esoterical, speculating in conspiracy theory. Is it a cultic, satanic place? Cause I wouldn't be shocked. These motherfuckers probably some damn Satanists doing a damn ritual. I kid you not. I kid you not. I'm telling the fucking truth. You cannot trust everybody. You cannot trust everybody regardless what they race is and people. You teach your kids that. There's enemies come in every color. And the devil does come as the angel of light, like it says in the Bible. Stop with that nonsense that, oh, the person with the same racial background as you or ethnic group as you, they trustworthy. It's not true. There's enemies coming every freaking color. Please stop lying to your kids. But and you bring the elders, but they grew up in segregation. We integrate now. And integrate will teach you that you cannot trust everybody. Okay? And when I went to Lawrence Park, I'm gonna say her fucking name, Lawrence. You had including White Zach that called me the N-word, third grade. His ass at Lawrence Park. The brothers, Spanish dudes, white, trying to pick at me. They had put a frog in some bag or something. Yeah. I never forget that. They all trying to jump on me in front of y'all. I like, And I said, if I sleep in this house in a slum party, they gonna try to do something to my stuff. I showed 11 years old. Baby, I got my shit and left. That Saturday of June 91, I'll forget that. I got my stuff and left. I was mad at Lawrence too. Lawrence, are you listening? I'm talking about you. Yes, dude, you did. You, your friends, and your mama was not doing her job to stop the situations with baby bad because I'm used to a parent telling the kids, hey, stop acting a fool. We're gonna be respectful in this house. But no, she was like too open with this. I'll never forget this. And their stepdad too. Got on my damn I said, are y'all grown? Shit. All them boys trying to pick on me and shit. I got my shit and fucking left. Left that at 11 years old, walked to my grandparents' house. Sure did. Because I did not want to be in the same, no. I had walked over there, because in the same neighborhood, and then I walked back. I told my grandma, I said, nah, I'm not going to go to the party. I'm not going to be staying the night. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Mm-mm. I stayed home. If I stayed that Sunday, baby, I got beat up, had stuff on me. Probably had they probably put some stuff on me while I was asleep. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Do some pranks and stuff. No. And Lauren's mama and no, the boys picked on me in third grade before her son came to our school. So they in the party trying, and Lauren's involved in laughing, and Lauren's leaving someplace else. And then while they gone, they go, and then too, when they serve us food, then we go outside trying to jump on me, and you know what I'm saying. And I forget that. I'll never forget that. I felt like Mariah Carey when she went to Hamilton with the white girls. They tried to call her the N word. I felt like her, but it was different colors of bros. Aqua, skin, cocoa, black, and different skin tones and shade, light, dark, brown, whatever, Mexican and white. I forget that. Trying to jump on me and he laughing and giggling. And I'm looking at Lauren's mama like, ain't you grown? Who that made me mad? I'll forget that situation. Ain't you grown? You supposed to, I'm not saying be the mean, saying she identifies black, but you know what I'm saying, we all mixed black people. But mean sister, mean black mama at least, put your foot down and say enough. No, you sitting here think that we all playing a game. I'm like, no. I'll tell Lauren mama, I don't feel safe. And I kept running to her. They were all laughing. Said, leave. And she was like, leave me alone. I'm like, I'm not saying whoop everybody, but you can at least put your foot down. This your house. This is your house. And you let this go on, baby. 1991. Yes, I see. Which of y'all tell me? 1991. June of 91. I don't forget that shit. At 11 years old. And I wasn't, I was doing voodoo in the time, but lucky I didn't do voodoo on their ass. Okay? I only did voodoo when it got serious. That's what it was. Now I don't do voodoo no more. I stopped doing it back in 91 in November, October, whatever. But after I turned 12, when I was told it was bad. But I don't forget, lucky I did not do voodoo on their motherfucking asses. Okay? Because I was trying to learn about God. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to become Catholic. I was still being Baptist and going to Methodist churches too, trying to go different religions at the time. So you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't thinking on a voodoo level. They lucky that I didn't start doing voodoo on all of them the dudes at the time. I already did voodoo on the white dude, you know what I'm saying, 1990, but they lucky I ain't do voodoo, baby. They lucky. Shit, I probably put some spells in that dang on house, got them under some type of shoes. When I was a kid, I was still learning about it. You had to do something real bad to me to got too serious for me and me pop into some voodoo. All I was caring about was getting my ass and leave. Shit. Shoot. All them trying to jump me. I don't forget that. They trying to do things to me. Man, I had to leave. I got my shit 11 years old, going on 12. Had to leave my shit and go. See ya. I got my bag, walk home. I said, nah, I'm not gonna stay. Yeah, it's some part, but I'm not gonna stay there. I'm not as a pajama party. I'm not going to this pajama party. No, hell no. We ain't getting along. Y'all trying to jump me along. Lawrence, he laughing. And this is Brother Boy. He laughing, giggling. Yeah, yeah. I never forget that too. All those trying. Oh Lord, I did not feel. I did not feel safe. Hell no, I didn't feel safe. Shit.